My name is Rick Medeiros, and let me tell you something. This is a very special program for me. First of all, because it was suggested by a viewer who watches us on the Brazilian channel, the Portuguese channel. There's a version of this channel in Portuguese. The person subscribes to the channel, watches the channel, and made a suggestion. Why don't you do a program about the transmutation of the soul? And I went, what's the transmutation of the soul? And then I made the connection. The flame of Saint Germain, the violet. It's a little chilly here in Brazil. Everybody has this image of Brazil being a tropical country. Well, temperatures in the low 40s today. So it's the violet flame of Saint Germain. I researched it. I already knew about it, but you know, when I talk here on YouTube, I want to give the benefit of my research to you. The movement began Mount Shasta, California, back in the 30s. It was revealed to a messenger, an earthly messenger from Saint Germain, about this violet beam of light, this violet flow of light, this violet level of light, which is found at the higher existence. And Saint Germain passed the message, look, give it to people. Teach them how to use it. Teach them how to change their energy, because energy is always with us, but we can change it. We can mutate it. We can transform it. And the reason behind this is to elevate our vibrations. Now, you know about the labels I talk about? Look at the labels involved here. Frequency, light, vibrations. They're all the same thing. How many vibrations per second? We all know physics teaches us that light has a frequency. Frequency is a measure of vibrations. So, you know, the problem with labels is we tend to, we have to use them to make communication a lot faster between us. But they also tend to divide us. No, because I was taught, it's all the same. Especially when you're talking about spirituality. So one of the things we have to do is we have to stop dividing ourselves over the things that we think differently or see differently or learn differently, and begin to unite ourselves over the things that we have in common. We're all creatures of the same God. We're all created by the same God. Us, the animals, all life forms on this planet, and the life forms on other planets and other worlds that we haven't the slightest idea of. We're all one. So let's get back to the flame of Saint Germain. One of the problems I think we have living in the 21st century, especially those of us who are grown up on television, is that we expect solutions in 30 seconds. Problem: I have bad breath. Women don't like me. Or if you're a woman, I have bad breath. Men avoid me. Here, use this toothpaste. Use this mouthwash. And at the end of 30 seconds, there are little stars coming out of the teeth. Okay? And boy, there's a line of either men or women, depending on your persuasion, after you. Well, we're not here living on this earth for 30-second solutions. We're here to learn and we're here to grow. And sometimes we learn the hard way. To be ready for the ascension, because one of the objectives of the flame, the violet flame of Saint Germain, is to elevate our vibrations, elevate our energy, elevate our frequency, to become ready for the ascension. The ascension, another word for ascension, transformation of the planet, elevation of the spirit, evolution of the spirit. We all know that this world, this planet, is going through a dramatic evolution at this moment. It's going up a grade. It's going up a notch in the universal pecking order. It's coming, like we say here in Brazil, as the spiritists say, from a world where spirits come to purge their imperfections. It's going to a world where spirits will regenerate themselves. We've gone through all this, and now we've become regenerated. Okay? We begin the process of evolution on a new level. So the flame of Saint Germain is given to us. A lot of signs are being given to us lately. And this, from the 1930s, is relatively new. I wasn't born then, not that old, but it's contemporary. There's a lot of signs being given to us, a lot of messages being sent to us. The universe is preparing a change, and it's our choice, our decision, as always, whether we participate in the change or we're left behind. What this left behind means? It means we go someplace else to live. We go someplace else to incarnate, because the vibrations, the frequency of this planet is changing. So the ascension, to become more Christ-like, because Jesus Christ was sent to us not to save us. Like I say, you can get on your knees. You can beg Him for forgiveness. You can say all the amens, all the hosannas you want. But you got to work at it. You've got to work at it. We'll get back to the flame of Saint Germain in just a second. But I think I've explained to you that it's a way of us, of helping. It's not the final solution. Final solution belongs to us. It's a way. It's a means. It's a road to get ourselves ready, to purify, to harmonize our vibrations, our spirit, our frequency for the ascension. Now, I wrote a book, and this is not a commercial for the book. These books are available on Spiritual Light Books, but I wrote a book that has two. I don't like to use the word meditation, another label, because meditation conjures up a bunch of Buddhist monks in perfect silence, perfectly still, meditating. I can't do this, and I'm sure the majority of you can't do it. So I did some reflections in this book, Coming Out of the Dark. As a matter of fact, it's the only book that I wrote that has reflections. They're sort of interlaced between the story. Here's one that a number of people who read the book here in Brazil thought were helpful. I'm going to give you two of them. The first one, read it. It'll come up on the screen. Memorize it in your own words and use it. Unify yourself. Unify yourself with the inner energy that's in you. Unify yourself with the energy that's around you. And unify yourself with all living energy, living vibrations, living spirits on this planet. You've got to work on it. These reflections are just that, just reflections. Adopt it into yourself. Bring them into yourself like you will with the flame of Saint Germain, because we're going to do that too at the end of this video. May all living beings be free of anger. May all living beings be free from hate. May all living beings understand that we are one with one another. May all of us live together in peace and harmony. May all of us live in peace and harmony with ourselves. May all of us, now right here I want you to think of people you love, your friends, but also think of people who are your enemies. May all of us be free from fear. May all of us be free from want. May all of us be illuminated and free. And that everything I have just wished for others, may it come back to me. Does it work? A lot of people says it does. Like I say, you can come back to the video, watch it again, or you can get the book. I'll tell you how you get the book. And use your own words. Use your own way of understanding the message that's being given here. I'm going to tell you why this is the only book. In just a second, I'm going to give you another meditation. It's the only book that I use these reflections in. You want to get ready to ascend? You have to get rid of anger. Anger and fear holds us back. Anger, thinking about the same thing over and over and over again, a situation, holds you back. We're here to go forward. So this is an exercise that in the book, Coming Out of the Dark, helps us free ourselves from anger, from resentment. You know, that circle and circle of going over the same thing over and over again. And that's why I want you to imagine a red circle of fire. Put it right in front of you. See how it glows? Watch the flame go around and around and around the circle. Never leaving the circle, around and around and around. Doesn't leave its spot. It goes around and around and around. That's the anger within you. Always around and around in the same situation. It's your anger. Now, what I want you to do is think about a situation, experience, or anything that happened, any part of your life that made you feel anger or resentment. If it has something to do with your parents, back when you were young, back when you were small, think about it right now. If it has to do with a friend, you felt betrayed, you were hurt, think about that situation right now. If it has to do with something at work, a boss, a co-worker, think about it right now. Any situation, think about it. Now what I want you to do is make the flame, the fire, go down. Bring it down. Lower it. Step on the brakes a little bit. Slower and slower. Darker and darker. Look at the flame. Look at it. Don't be afraid. Think about that situation again as you're looking at the flame. Relive the whole situation in your mind, but with the density of the flame lower. Don't hold anything back. Keep looking at the flame. Now give it up. Give up the flame. Give up the resentment. You want to be free. Keep looking at the flame. It's getting smaller and smaller and smaller. Forgive, knowing that you're letting go of your resentment, knowing that you're letting go of your anger. Forgive, knowing that you're cutting the cords. Forgive, knowing that you will never have to relive the situation again. Forgive, because now you're free to go forward. You can learn again. You can grow again. Forgive, because you're free of the anger. And now there's space. Now there's space for peace and harmony. Your spirit is free. Your spirit is open to the violet flame of Saint Germain. The violet flame of transformation. Now let's talk about that flame. Let's talk about that flame. You're ready for it. You've opened a space in your energy. You've opened a space. You've let go of your anger. You've let go of your resentment. You've let go of the hurt. You're ready to move on. Imagine the flame, just like you imagined the other flame. Imagine this one, a violet, a pure violet, soothing, soft flame. Ask your guardian angel, once again, any word you want to use. Ask your higher self. Ask your master. Ask your guide. Ask your guardian angel to help you to imagine this flame. It's above you. Bring it into you. Bring the flame into yourself. Let it flow through your entire being. Let it turn as it flows, like it's cleaning, like it's changing. And ask this flame to change your energy. Just say, you don't have to enumerate, you don't have to list. All you have to say is, change everything that's standing in my way of becoming an ascended being, of becoming a more evolved spirit of becoming more Christ-like. Use the words you want. It's really simple. And then ask, feel the negativity being changed into the positive. Just repeat this over and over and over again, like I say, in your own words. And here's the invocation. Mighty I am presence, beloved God, my heavenly source. Please make manifest in me now the sacred violet flame of transmutation. Bring the violet flame into every cell, molecule, and atom of my body, filling me totally and completely. Blessed violet flame, blaze into my heart and expand out and all around my bodies, physical, emotional, mental, and spiritual, surrounding my entire being with your divine grace, love, mercy, and forgiveness. Transmute, change, transform all karma, negative thoughts, actions, deeds, and energy that I have created over time on all dimensions, in all lives, in all levels of existence. Change it. Change anything and everything that stands in my way of becoming the ascended Christ that I am. This reminds the ascended Christ, the resurrected Christ. See how there's a lot of things in common? It's just people misinterpret it for their own objectives. The ascended Christ, the resurrected Christ. You can become that too, because He came here to show us the way. Like I say, it doesn't make a difference if you get out and pray on your knees all night. If you ask for forgiveness, if you say hosannas and hallelujahs and amens, or praise be, doesn't matter. You have to act. You have to act. I have to act. We have to act. You know why? Very simply, because that's what we're here for. Now I want to talk about Coming Out of the Dark, available on Spiritual Light Books. One day we're going to make it one click, but right now you have to do two. You can go to Facebook, our page on Facebook, Spiritual Light Books, and you'll see www.smashwords. Click there. All 11 books of Spiritual Light Books are available there. Coming Out of the Dark is a book. If you take a look at the cover, you'll see two beams of lights where the Twin Towers used to be. The book was inspired by the terrorist attack of September 11th. However, it's not a conspiracy novel. It's not a novel. They knew it. It was going to happen. No. It's a novel. They knew it on the spiritual side. They knew it. It has to happen. Why does it have to happen? If the world is in a transformation right now, if it's ascending, if the vibrations are ascending, why did 3,000 innocent people die on a September morning? Why does this earth still permit? Well, earth doesn't permit anything. We do it. Why are there still violent actions taking place at this very moment here on this planet? This book, Coming Out of the Dark, answers that question. Well, thank you. I hope the same thing happens here. It happened on the Brazilian channel. Click, 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 click. A lot of people watch this video.